Welcome, Pangea. How are you all today? Yeah, fine. Great. Yeah.
I'm like hot and
Okay, well, last night was freezing. So I have to start by asking about that. So, Emily, where are you? Emily, how was it last night overnight with that cold?
I think everyone was freezing because every time I look at the fire, a different round of people were trying to warm up before they went back to their bed. And as we were doing that, everyone was trying to puzzle and just like desperate to figure out where our luxury items were.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to get from everybody how you were feeling. So can you just give me one word for how you're feeling this morning? We'll start with Matt's.
anxious. Exhausted.
Pain.
Cold.
Good.
Numb.
Numb too.
Starving.
Stiff. Curious. Happy. Anxious.
Nervous. Sore.
Also sore.
I was also gonna say sore too. Tired. I was gonna say curious as well.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
Hopeful.
Hopeful. Okay. So I have to say this has to be one of the toughest starts that we've had in Survive history. We have a huge property. Last year we were on 5 acres. So 400 is very different to that. Also the weather being so cold. And then we threw in an endurance challenge night 1 and you all lasted 4 hours. So that was crazy. Destiny, I have to ask, how has this experience been for you so far?
Well, as a first timer, I came into it, I was like, oh, it's the knockoff version of Survivor. I'll be fine. Oh yeah, no, y'all were not playing, but I'm doing great.
Yeah.
And I love it because I'm learning new things about myself. Like going into things, I'm like, oh, I can do this, and it's like, oh no, I can do that.
Awesome. Awesome. Love to hear it. And Eric, I want to ask about camp. So there's 21 of you. How did you determine where everything was going to go? Your fire, your shelter?
It's tough because there's 21 different ideas. So we changed our ideas several different times. So like we had a fire in one location. There was one time where we had one tarp in one location where we try to have it as a roof, and then one as closer to the fire. But then we realized one with the roof is kind of useless because we didn't have our sleeping bags, and then we all needed to be by the fire. So it's like I feel like as a group, we all kind of came to a group decision as to what made the most sense. So we didn't have a roof. We just slept on tarps as close to the fire as possible. And yeah, we made it work.
And you all fit on the tarps?
Question.
Okay.
I got booted off.
Some people slept closer to the fire, like right around the rocks.
Yep. Yep. Jameson, who took charge during camp setup?
During camp setup?
Yep.
I feel like it was a bit scattered. I think I heard Anna speak up a good amount, and she led us in a good way. There were some other voices that I'm not sure I could recall all of. So it was pretty collective effort.
Yeah. And how did you feel you performed in the camp setup aspect of this group?
I think I could have been more involved. Sometimes things started happening that I didn't necessarily think were the best idea, but I didn't really want to rock the boat. And I think in the end, we found the setup that worked out well for everybody. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I want to ask about your fire. Who started the fire? Maya. So did this make you the fire gal all night? Did you have to sit around and be the one to keep it going?
I think it was a group effort. I think it was whoever was up who needed to go pee came back and put a stick in the fire. Luckily, when we came back from the challenge last night, there were still embers, so we were really happy that we didn't have to do the flint and steel all over again. But yeah, I feel like everyone contributed to keeping the fire going.
Yeah, awesome. And did you have enough firewood prepared for the cold night?
We had enough to get by, but everyone was definitely freezing, so we tried our best.
Okay, and I want to ask about the Great Migration because in the beginning of this game, you had no idea that Pangea would be a thing. So, Renzo, I want to ask you, because you had to carry everyone's camp supplies, how was it when you came to camp and you realized, oh, wow, I just carried the camp supplies for all these people?
The first thing I remember is I heard Dion saying, "Thank you." Like, you're welcome. How do I feel? I don't know. Overwhelmed. 21 people in one place is just mind blowing and overwhelming. We see Survivor right now. There's only around 6 people starting tribe. Now we're starting to know and memorize 20 names, which is difficult, and just try to have conversation and make sure to get to know everyone within the 24 hours. So
Yeah.
it was a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's not easy.
But carrying the thing, it's fine. We had muscles.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw them in the challenge. All right, Mats. I want to know, where are you? There you are. Okay, so when you got to camp and you opened up your supplies, there was a note in there and a task that it asked you to do, and you told me before about it. So just give me the rundown on how you all got that note, got that clue, and what happened after that.
Well, honestly, it was just a lot of repeating the notes for everyone because everyone just wanted to hear, everyone wanted to hold it and read it. And so in the camp setup, everyone kind of split up. There were people setting up the camp, there were people setting up the fire, there were people like looking for the key to unlock the rest of our supplies.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how in detail you'd like, but we ended up not finding it until after the challenge.
Yeah, so I want to know about that.
Yes. Okay. Great. Sorry. But basically, yeah, our group, the yellow group, ended up coming back, and like 2 of us like started working immediately on the fire, and everyone else just like was looking.
Yeah.
And it was nice because we eventually found this freaking box that had another riddle and another puzzle for us to solve that none of us could do. And so everyone then came back, and it was literally, we were all sleeping on the tarp with no sleeping bags. Every single person was.
Yeah.
Until oh my gosh, I can't remember who it was, but until someone literally just solved it, I think sometime around 2:30 a.m.
Oh
last
my
night.
gosh.
And so then we were all screaming and rushing to grab our sleeping bags, and it worked out. Yeah, most of us.
Okay, so who figured it out? Emily. Amazing. That is hard. I tested that on a lot of alumni. Only one person was able to get it. And I'm like, there's 21 of them. They'll be able to figure it out.
We only had one person who could get it as well.
Yeah, so how was it doing that?
It was, well, like I said, everyone was trying everywhere. Like, so essentially the clue, it sounded like it was about dinosaurs going extinct and the reason for why they went extinct. So we were like, okay, mediumens, like, we didn't hunt dinosaurs. And so actually, Riley, you said raptor, and I was like, okay, let me try this one. I go, is it a dinosaur? Because I remember that the clue was found in the jaw of some like woolly mammoth looking thing. And so I thought, okay. I was like, try this one, because again, we're whispering, everyone's sleeping,
Oh.
and she does it, and I see a pop, and we literally scream and hug each other.
Oh.
And I take the keys, and I run to the trunk with no shoes on, so my socks are disgusting.
Oh.
I was too tired from the challenge to even open the lock. So like 4 people came, I handed the key off, and everyone just got their stuff.
Yeah.
It was like everyone was so cold and tired. But we, I think one person didn't get woken up, but everyone woke up, got their sleeping bags, and there was so much snoring. It was great.
Amazing.
We were all grateful that the key opened both.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually
Oh my
thought
gosh,
my
could you
sleeping bags
imagine?
was-
Jay, I want to ask about the challenge. I want to move on to that. So you were the first person to drop. So what was going on after that in your head?
It took me a while to get to panic because mostly I was just trying to focus on my tribe and encourage them and let them know when their rope was getting a little taut. And then all of a sudden I was like, and so then I started to get worried. Oh, I'm going to be a target because I was the first one to step out. Not all challenges are going to be holding bags of sand over your head, and I have a back issue that I think a lot of people do. But so I since calmed down from that. I think.
Okay, nice. That's good to hear. All right, Vandy, where are you? Hi. There was a lot of singing coming from your group during that challenge.
I'm getting this question.
Do you think that that was a good strategy or bad strategy? Did it help? What was the point about it?
I think strategy is a very strong word for what we were doing
Yep.
with the singing. I think what we were doing was trying to distract our minds from
Yep.
how uncomfortable we were, and trying to like keep our morale and our energy high because none of us thought that we were going to be in there for that long. And sometimes all you can do is like glee it up a little bit. So yeah, that's what we were doing. I think if the first time we broke out into song and it felt bad, we wouldn't have kept doing it, but it seemed to hit. So
Yeah.
we just kept at it.
I liked it. I was dancing. Yeah. All right, Chase. So when Jay dropped, it looked like you were the one that was mainly holding the second bag for your group. I did notice that. And then towards the end, I heard your group saying, oh, our strongest guy, he's about to drop out. So was there something that your group could have done to ensure that you weren't burnt out?
To be honest, no, because I think if they were holding the second bag, I was the only one that could hold two in one hand, so I could give my other arm a break and then switch it up. Everyone else, like if they tried doing it with two hands, that lower neck, back area, you'd just be in so much pain.
Yep.
And so if we just kept going, they would have, eventually got worn out themselves. So.
Yep. Pink group, I have to ask about 99 bottles. Who suggested that? You.
All right. Challenge going on for too long. Need to be annoying. Think back to Survivor Borneo where Richard Hatch was on that like thing in the water and he starts singing it. So I'm like, we got it. I didn't think my team would go for it and we do all 100 bottles of beer. But honestly, when we were singing that, I did not feel the pain at all. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Like I was chilling.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I thought that did help. And I have to ask you because your group ended up winning, but you still got wet. And from what I remember,
When the orange team was talking about dropping, and I was like, guys, we should talk about this too. Are we gonna do the same thing? They're like, all right, just wait for them to drop. And then I'm like, guys, I'm about to drop this. And so yeah, I just couldn't warn them fast enough.
maybe there was some more bottles in the pack that you needed.
Yeah, we could have done 200 bottles.
Right. Okay, so Noah, I have to ask you, so during that challenge, there was a lot of inspirational shout outs to our viewers while you were doing that. So do you want to just tell me about that and what you were going through as you were going through this 4-hour challenge?
Yeah, like for me, I've been kind of going through a hard time in life right now, and I have people back home who are very worried about how I would be out here, and I was a little bit when I first got out here, but I think after like starting the challenge and then kind of going through hour one, and then hearing hour third, like an hour and a half, and then hearing 2 hours, I think after that like 2 hour mark, I kind of hit a mental like clear, like a mental clear like space of like I can do this, like I can hold on, like I'm stronger than I think I am, and I know there's multiple times throughout that challenge where I was telling myself I'm going to drop, but I can't let myself down.
Yep.
More than I don't want to let my team down, but I also don't want to let myself down because I know I still have a little more in the tank. But by hour 3, I was like, oh no, like I'm stronger than I think, like mentally.
Right.
Because I feel like it was just mental. Like that's why we started singing. That's why I started just singing because let's get our minds off of things, and instead of sitting here in silence and focusing on the pain, fuck it, let's just sing.
Yeah. Well, 14 of you lasted over 4 hours, and honestly, that is no small task. Like, that is so impressive. So, snap to you. All right, Mariah, how did you keep yourself pushing through that challenge? Yep.
So my nose was in Noah's underarm the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think, and a few people said this, that if we were doing it as an individual, we probably would have dropped.
Yep.
But I got my guy in the corner, like, I'm hearing all the pain, but he's not dropping.
Yep.
Right. You wanted to drop in 2 hours, we went 4. So I think just the energy, we just
Yeah.
encouraged each other. If they can do it, we can do it.
Yeah, I felt it. It was palpable. Okay, so the yellow group got to go back early. How was it when? How did they leave camp? How were you welcomed?
Honestly, like it was. I think we heard even a little bit of cheering coming in. They were super
Yeah.
supportive. Honestly, we're all family at the end. So we've all spent this much time together. So it's like kind of hard not to be grateful for each other. They had fire was warm and ready.
Amazing.
So I mean, that was we kind of went immediately back into like, okay, we're surviving together now. The game wasn't even really discussed that much longer after
Yeah.
that. It's kind of just like, hey, we'll handle this tomorrow. Let's just all get warm now and hang out and enjoy each other's company. That's kind of like how it ended up. So.
Awesome. All right. So I want to move on from the challenge, even though it was amazing. It was fun to watch. Corey. So I want to move on to relationships now because there's 21 of you. How do you navigate that?
I mean, at first it was impossible. I mean, it was just hard to remember everyone's name at first. But I think since we took time to actually get to know each other and didn't talk about game, it kind of helped,
Yeah.
I would say, a little bit. And then since we waited till this morning to kind of do the strategy talk, I still think there's probably individuals that I need to talk to more, or like vice versa. Everyone probably still has that feeling about individuals here because there's just so many. So I mean, it's a long game, so it takes time. But I think we all had a good start so far.
Yep. Awesome. And Mackenzie, how do you even navigate strategy time? You know, there's 21 people. It sounds like you can't talk to everybody.
No, and like you can't really do one-on-ones either. So you're talking within these different groups, and since we were split up on 2 different teams on the first day and 3 different teams on the next day, you have different groups that you've been working with or that you've been more familiar with. I'm still trying also to remember everyone's name. Even when you're asking questions, I'm like, that's them, that's them, that's them, you know, just
Yeah.
to like, I'm still forming the relationships, so strategy right now is very hard.
Yep. Okay. So then, but Dion, so it sounds like there's a lot of groups. So what did it look like before Extinction? So it sounds like you didn't talk a lot last night. So how was this morning's strategy?
So think of Pangea.
Yeah.
It was all one until it was split off.
Yeah.
And that's what happened today. We saw the split, but it was this thing of nobody was like avoiding people.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, okay, I've had the conversation I need to have with you. We don't need to drag this out. Like, let's speak to other people.
Yeah.
And like, let's still keep this cohesive. We want this to be a fun experience for everyone involved. That's the hardest part because usually in these together, we have bonded as a group of people, which is really trying, but like we still needed to do a service to the game that has been designed for us to take advantage of and make the most of. And we did split up, and I don't think anybody was angry or we were walking off and nobody was, oh, what are they walking off and doing? Like we knew that was the game, and that's what was eventually going to happen.
Awesome. All right. Let's go to Hugh. So, any talks about advantages?
No, actually. Like, I think we were all so like focused on finding the key. I think everyone's searching for the key. Like, we're searching for the key. I don't think anyone was trying to find an idol. Um, yeah, no one actually brought up advantages at all.
Okay.
That's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Did you hear anything about?
I found one. It was a clue, unfortunately, but
everybody. So, we are officially at our first extinction. Very exciting. Last night, in case you didn't get to stay tuned in for the entire we ended up making an agreement. Orange team said, if you guys we will drop if you guys promise not to vote any of us at Extinction tomorrow. They all agreed. So that's what they did. It sounds like people are sticking to it. There's some people out there that are kind of nervous. You heard from each of the members there, sort of what they were thinking about how this was going to go down. They're voting at this first tribal. So it'll be interesting. They're voting at this first tribal. So it'll be interesting. Stay tuned. We'll be reading the votes out pretty soon. And right after that, we are going to be going into an immunity challenge straight away. So we're gonna just quickly reset back up all of our Wi-Fi and move over to the immunity challenge. So we should be, we were supposed to start it at 10:30 Central. This took us a little bit more time than we would have expected, so I think probably expect to see us on the immunity challenge in the next hour or so, with 20 people. Couple other interesting pieces of tea to share while they're voting. So we had Corey, who found the Beware advantage yesterday when they got to Pangea Camp. Corey shared it with Mackenzie and with Dion. Now, last night we were hearing some tea that Dion wasn't too happy because he felt Corey had shared more information with Mackenzie. I guess, allegedly, Corey had read out loud to Mackenzie what the rest of the Beware advantage said. But I don't know. We didn't see it. We didn't catch it. So can't wait to read more about the tea that's going on in there. But if you are not already tuned in, join our Viewers Lounge. Viewers Lounge is getting some behind the scenes content. We are posting a few things in there earlier than they're being released. So I know we're going to put some confessional information in there, videos, some tea. We're also going to be posting in there the camp video of them actually arriving at camp. I mentioned this yesterday, but we couldn't get the live stream working in the camp. There's actually an outage, so wasn't necessarily a Wi-Fi issue on our part. There was an outage in the area, and that's why we couldn't get it up. So apologies to all of our viewers about that outage issue. We're running a Starlink. You can see the wire behind me over here. So one is a Starlink, and then the other is a portable router. One is a Starlink, and then the other is a portable router. So complicated Wi-Fi situation when you're in the woods. Let's head back in and see what's going on with the boats, shall we? You guys want to go on the live stream?
Oh, I do not.
All right, I am here live with some of our camp counselors. Now, they have got the tea of what's going on at camp. So I thought I'd bring them on here and tell you guys a little bit about what they know. Jacob?
Well, we have a few names out at this tribal council. We had a long challenge last night, as you guys know, and Jay had stepped out early, so Jay's name was being floated by the two groups that stuck around late. It seemed like a lot of people didn't want to maybe go with the easy boot, though. They wanted something different, so they might be heading in a different direction. I heard two other names.
Interesting. What other names have you heard?
It's between Maya and Mott's, but a lot of people in confessionals want Maya to stay. They're working with Maya. They like Maya better. It sounds like Mott's may not be connecting with people as much. So all signs point Mott's right now.
That was also talking about in his tribal speech answer that he has been first boot in the past, and he's worried right now that he's going to become first boot again. It seems like maybe it's not ingratiating enough, or it's a certain amount of nervousness.
Given the speech, it sounds like he feels like he's going home.
Yeah.
Based on their response from, who was it that said, "Love you, Mott's"?
Destiny.
I mean, anytime you hear something like that, it's kind of, you might know.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know exactly who called that shot. Who was the original person that said, like, oh, should we just target mods?
Yeah, I think there's a combination of alliances going on between the original battleship winning team. So there's like an 11 there that is like a loose alliance for now. And then there's also the yellow from last night's challenge. The other two tribes want to vote someone on yellow out because of the agreement they made of who they can vote out, which I think they came down to Jay, Maya, and Mott's that way.
So they're staying true to that.
Yeah.
It'd be difficult to change course at this point, right? There's no real reason if you're in the majority to change that.
Yeah, especially with 21 people.
And when it's the first vote, you just want the nerves to fall off, right? Once they get through this tribal and they get into their next community challenge, I mean, the game's really going to be kicked on.
Thank you guys so much for coming on and giving the audience the tea. I'm sure we'll bring the camp counselors. Stay tuned. It looks like they're come through soon, and no one who's going to Be the first to be extinct and survive season 3.
That's fun.
We are down to our last couple of voters here, and then we're going to get to reading them. So I think we just have 2 more left. And this structure back here, you'll get to see really soon. This property is really cool, and there's a lot of structures like this. And I can't wait to show you what's going to be inside there. Stay tuned for that. Okay, our last person is going up to vote. It is Mouse. So he is feeling like it might be him. Last person voting. Everyone's played so amazing. Made such great connections. I can't wait to see how this continues, how the bonds continue, and what happens in our next immunity challenge coming up right after this. Let's go get ready to count the votes.
It's my book. Okay, for the very first time, if anyone has an advantage or an idol that they would like to play, now would be the time to do so.
May I play the beads on my torch as an idol, or do they need to be removed?
No, you cannot play that.
Thank you.
All right, I'll read the votes. First vote. Moss. Next vote. Moss. 2 votes, Moss. Third vote. Moss. Next vote. Moss. Fifth vote. Moss. 5 votes, Moss. Next vote. Moss. There's 6 votes, Moss.
have 10 votes Mott, 1 vote Jay. Next vote. Jay again. 2 votes Jay, 10 votes Mott. Next vote. And first person voted out of Survive Season 3, Mott's. Mott's, please get your torch and Mott, your pack has spoken. Thank you so much.
You guys, good luck.
All right, everyone. That was a big first round and a big vote. And I hope that you all can get some well-needed rest. Just kidding. We have way more to do today. So please head back to camp.
This one.
All right. And those are the final results of our first extinction. It was in fact Mott's. He thought it was going to be Mott's, and it was. So we have our first person voted out, and we are getting ready to set up for our next. Give us a few minutes to get over there and get everything set up, and we'll be coming back online soon with the next one. See you there.